In the time of feudalistic Europe, many leaders ruled the land. Fights were happening throughout the land. Lords had to pay knights to protect their land. Sometimes they even went to war.
Oh hi, I didn't see you there. You are just in time for my discussion on feudalism. Feudalistic Europe was a military hierarchy and usually stemmed from a lack of a non-centralized government. While feudalism helped individuals, it hurt the economy because people were loyal to their lords. This is a hierarchy of feudalism. A lord or landowner would offer land or a fief to knights in exchange for protection. The knight who received the land was known as a vassal. The land was worked by serfs or peasants. These peasants would pay the lords a certain amount of their produce and taxes. Additional things such as toll booths were also in effect for the serfs. Feudalism hurt the economy because serfs were not allowed to trade among each other unless a charter was in effect. A charter was a law that allowed for trade among the serfs. In 9th and 10th century Europe, they had to adapt to a moneyless economy. Now my friend Gigi is here to talk about the Ottoman Empire for y'all.
The Ottoman Empire was a highly successful empire ruled by Islamic peoples. They ruled from the 1300s to into the 20th century. It was divided into provinces that had their own ruler, but the Sultan was the overall ruler. One specific Sultan was Suleiman the Magnificent, as he was known in the West, or Suleiman the Lawgiver, as he was known in the East. Suleiman ruled from 1520 to 1566. During his reign, he conquered important cities and trade routes in Eastern Europe all the way to North Africa. Suleiman developed the law code, which is the reason why he was named the lawmaker. He increased Ottoman lands because he was a powerful military leader, and he was also a poet, so he was well respected for his contribution to the arts. Suleiman instituted a new system called janissaries. The janissaries were 30,000 soldiers trained to be loyal to the Sultan only. This was the backbone of the Ottoman army. Christian families bribed those in charge so their boys could be a part of the janissaries. That way, they could eventually become military officials or attain high positions in the government. Here's my colleague Ella to talk about the European Renaissance.
The European Renaissance was a great time for Europe. The government of the time was run by monarchs and popes. Italy was divided into city-states and run by wealthy families. In Spain, the entire country became Catholic, and Muslims and Jews were prosecuted if they didn't become Catholic. However, the most effective government was England and their queen, Queen Elizabeth I. Queen Elizabeth ruled from 1558 to 1603. She set up Parliament that discussed three topics: legislation, taxation, and advice for the Queen. Parliament was set up of high government officials, which were elected from boroughs. Queen Elizabeth had the power to bring it into session and end it. Over her 45-year reign, they met 13 times. Also among her achievements was that she set up a navy, applied the 39 Articles to help the feud among the churches, and she helped English literature reach its peak. Back to Gigi to discuss why Queen Elizabeth had the most successful government of her time.
Queen Elizabeth set up a parliamentary system, which means that all people could eventually have a say in their government, as compared to the Islamic system where only the Sultan ruled and no one else had a say. In the feudalistic times, no one really did anything with government anyway. There was hardly a central ruler at all. Queen Elizabeth helped end feuds between the Anglican and Catholic churches, which helped to better unify the nation. Even though it was such a large empire, having unity at home could be better used in the long run.